You've been working hard, yet your bank account looks like a ghost town. You blame taxes, expenses, or maybe the economy. But what if the real saboteur is nestled in your skull? Our brains are wired with instincts from a time when financial prudence meant having enough nuts for winter. Evolution crafted us for survival, not wealth accumulation. This primitive wiring is why you think a new phone is a need instead of a want. The dopamine hit from shopping is real, but your balance sheet disagrees. You chase short-term rewards like a cat after a laser pointer, while your savings account gathers dust. In the wild, impulsive decisions could mean the difference between life and death. In modern life, they mean the difference between broke and comfortable. Prepare to unmask the primitive codes holding you back. Let's dive into the first mental glitch, the immediate gratification monkey. Your brain is wired to prioritize instant pleasure over long-term gains. It's like your brain's trying to play a game of let's be broke forever. You see an ad, you click buy, and congratulate yourself on a deal well struck. Meanwhile, your savings goal for next summer's vacation sinks lower. This is not merely bad planning, it's biological. Your ancestors weren't saving for retirement, they were surviving day to day. That wiring lingers, urging you to secure immediate comforts. Long-term wealth, that's a future version of you's problem, a version of you that your caveman brain doesn't really believe exists. Would your prehistoric self save that last piece of meat for tomorrow? Not a chance. And that same brain now steers your financial ship. Next, meet your brain's aversion to loss. Also known as loss aversion, this mental quirk makes losses feel twice as painful as gains feel good. In prehistoric times, losing a resource could be catastrophic. Today, it makes you cling onto bad investments, fearing loss over potential gain. Your brain fears the pain of losing more than it relishes the pleasure of winning. You'd rather hold onto that sinking stock or overdraft rather than face the emotional sting of admitting defeat. This fear of loss keeps you in financial quicksand, draining your potential and padding your misery. When the brain was designed, the stakes were life and death. Now it's dollars and cents, yet your brain hasn't caught on. Embrace this irony. The fear of losing can keep you losing. Welcome to financial stagnation, brain style. The third brain trap, overconfidence bias. It's that little voice telling you you're special, that financial rules don't apply to you. You believe your investment hunches are golden, often ignoring actual data. Overconfidence is your brain's way of patting you on the back while your wallet takes the hits. It's not your fault. Evolution favored those who believed they could tackle the lion alone. But in today's financial jungle, this bias is a silent killer. Believing you're immune to market downturns leads to reckless decisions. You overestimate your financial acumen while your savings account begs to differ. This is not optimism. It's a wiring flaw that keeps you locked in a cycle of poor decisions. The truth, your brain is setting you up for failure by boosting your ego. Time to deflate it. Lastly, there's the anchoring effect, a mental shortcut that can leave your finances shipwrecked. You see a price tag and bam, your brain locks onto it. That becomes your frame of reference, whether it's logical or not. You negotiate based on that initial number, even if it's irrelevant. Anchoring leads you to irrational spending, swayed by a suggested price rather than actual value. Retailers exploit this with MSRP tags, tricking your brain into believing you're getting a deal. You think you're savvy, but you're being played. Your brain clings to first impressions like a cat to a warm laptop. Without knowing this, you'll always be sold on the illusion of value. This is not just a marketing tactic, it's a primal brain glitch. Debunking this anchor is crucial for financial clarity. Time to reset your mental compass. Let's calculate the cost of living with these brain glitches. Immediate gratification isn't just a shopping spree, it's a lifetime tax. Consider the average person spends $1,500 a year on non-essentials. Over a decade, that's $15,000, enough to fund a year of education or a dream vacation. But your brain says, that's future use problem. The truth is, short-term pleasure extracts a hefty long-term price. This isn't living for today, it's robbing tomorrow. Your caveman brain trades future security for momentary joy. Money that could grow in investments is snatched by the hands of impulse. To your brain, this feels like survival. In reality, it's financial sabotage, the cost of not rewiring, a lifetime cycle of earning and spending, never building. Is the price of fleeting satisfaction worth the burden of perpetual scarcity? Now the cost of loss aversion. It makes you cling to failing investments, preferring to wait rather than cut losses. This could easily cost you thousands. For example, holding a declining stock, hoping for a rebound, can drain your portfolio. Meanwhile, opportunities for profitable investments pass you by. On average, a poor investment choice can strip $10,000 from your potential gains over time. Your brain thinks it's protecting you, but it's chaining you to financial underperformance. The irony, in trying to avoid loss, you invite more of it. The pain of letting go seems worse than the pain of holding on. Yet, this mental glitch can cost you your financial future. It's like refusing to abandon a sinking ship in the hopes it might float. How many financial lifeboats will you let drift away? Overconfidence bias, the stealthiest financial pitfall, demands a toll. You believe your decisions will bring success, leading you to take unnecessary risks. This could mean ignoring advice, diversifying poorly, or over-leveraging. The average investor loses 3–4% annually due to overconfidence. Over a 20-year period, this can cost you upwards of $50,000. Your brain's false bravado convinces you that you're the exception. Yet, the reality is that it leads you into financial traps. Confidence is essential, but unchecked, it becomes a liability. Those who fall prey to this bias often find their savings dwindling, not growing. It's a costly blind spot, masquerading as self-assurance. Can you afford to let your ego dictate your financial destiny? Or will you recalibrate, grounding your confidence in reality? Anchoring effect, your brain's stubbornness, isn't free either. Anchoring can inflate your living costs by making you accept inflated prices. Consider housing. If your anchor is set too high, you'll justify overpaying. This can lead to financial commitments far beyond your means, often resulting in debt accumulation. Over decades, this could mean an extra $100,000 in unnecessary expenses. Your brain convinces you that the anchored price is the norm, but anchors are arbitrary, often set by sellers, not market value. Financial lucidity requires breaking free from these mental chains. Are you willing to pay the price of stubbornness? Anchoring keeps you tethered to outdated data, hindering your capacity to negotiate better deals. How much longer will you allow your brain to set your financial limits? Now let's reframe this grim picture. These mental glitches aren't insurmountable. Recognizing them is the first step toward liberation. They are hardwired, yes, but not unchangeable. Awareness allows you to challenge the impulses driving these behaviors. Knowledge is power. Understanding your brain's tendencies empowers you to act differently. Instead of unconscious reactions, make conscious choices. Picture your future self enjoying financial stability. That vision isn't a fantasy, but a possibility if you take control of your mental wiring. The cost of ignorance is high, but the rewards of awareness are priceless. You can reprogram your brain for wealth accumulation rather than sabotage. The question is, will you? Or will you let old instincts dictate your financial future? The choice is yours, and it starts with understanding. So what's the verdict? Your brain is not your financial ally by default. Instead, it's a well-meaning saboteur. Understanding this allows you to rewrite the script. Rewire your instincts by creating new habits. Start with small changes that counteract your brain's tendencies. Delay gratification by instituting a 24-hour rule before making purchases. This disrupts the instant pleasure circuit. For loss aversion, practice cutting losses early. Set strict financial limits and stick to them. Shrink overconfidence by seeking diverse opinions and data. Admit that sometimes you might not know best. And for anchoring, always question initial numbers. Compare prices and values rigorously. These aren't just financial tips, they're brain hacks. you're not doomed to stay broke. You can outsmart your brain. The first step is recognizing its limits. Here's a sharp protocol to override your brain's wiring: the automatic wealth circuit. Automate savings and investments to bypass your brain's impulses. Set up automatic transfers to savings as soon as your paycheck arrives. This minimizes temptation to spend. Automate investments with regular contributions to retirement accounts. Out of sight, out of mind, and into growth. This protocol leverages technology to outsmart your primal instincts. It's about creating systems that work without your conscious input. You establish a financial autopilot that prioritizes long-term wealth accumulation. It's a strategy to sidestep your brain's urge to meddle. Your brain's wiring is ancient, but your financial tactics don't have to be. Let automation be your ally in wealth building. Transform your financial destiny by leveraging modern tools. Are you ready to flip the switch? Let's address the elephant in the room: discipline. Yes, your brain fights against it. But remember, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Start with setting clear, achievable financial goals. Break them into smaller, actionable steps. Celebrate small victories to train your brain to appreciate delayed gratification. Each goal met is a testament to your ability to override primitive wiring. This isn't about depriving yourself, it's about redirecting focus. Invest in your future self by prioritizing what truly matters. Financial discipline isn't just a skill, it's a mindset shift. Align your actions with your aspirations. The path to financial freedom is paved with disciplined decisions. Are you committed to making them? Challenge your brain's defaults and watch your finances transform. You're more than your instincts. Now let's drop the mic on this: financial literacy. Your brain thrives on familiar patterns, but it can learn new ones. Equip yourself with knowledge. Read, listen, and engage with financial education resources. Knowledge isn't just power, it's liberation from mental chains. Break free from outdated instincts through informed decision-making. By understanding financial principles, you shape your economic reality. Don't let ignorance dictate your financial future. A well-read brain is a powerful one. The more you know, the less susceptible you are to mental glitches. Empower yourself to question, analyze, and plan effectively. Ignorance might be bliss, but it's also expensive. Be the architect of your financial destiny. Are you ready to learn, adapt, and conquer? Your brain is just the starting line. In conclusion, yes, your brain is wired to keep you broke, but it doesn't have to win. Recognize, recalibrate, and rise above. You're not a slave to your instincts, you're the master of your fate. Avoid the costly pitfalls of mental shortcuts. Employ strategies to override primitive urges. Embrace technology, discipline, and knowledge. These tools transform potential into prosperity. Your financial future isn't preordained, it's crafted by choices. The irony: your brain can evolve through conscious effort. Don't just survive financially, thrive. Consider this your call to action. Will you let your ancient brain dictate modern outcomes? Or will you take control, proving that intelligence is more than instinct? The real question: how will you rewrite your financial story? The pen is in your hands.